Okay, so I'm CammyG, and the Copper Pulsar 9000 came out in the weekly store update. It's a shotgun from the sci-fi event, and basically it shoots out large rings of plasma. So it's basically, think of the pistol that shoots rings of plasma. It's basically that, but with a massive buff. So the ring is massive, and it deals obviously a lot more damage because it's a shotgun. The shots pierce enemies like the other one, and you'll be happy to know that it doesn't explode propane, even when it's on the floor, which is pretty ridiculous. So yeah, this is the one that I've got. As you can see, I've gone for a damage build, and I've got all purple perks. I haven't gone gold yet, just because I have enough to make 2 things gold, and I'm just saving just in case, because this gun I won't be using in like all my missions. I will be just using this in like when I'm roaming around a mission, you know, waiting for it to start, that sort of thing. In lower missions as well, I'll be using it there because it's more of a fun weapon than a ridiculously OP weapon, you know. So as you can see, I went for a damage build. To show what perks you can get on this one, we can get damage, crit rating, impact, or weapon stability. So you definitely want to go for damage or crit rating. Now, obviously, if you're going to get a crit rating here, you're going to want to go for a crit build. But as you can see, down here, we have damage or crit rating. So if you get crit rating up here, there's no point putting crit rating here as well. So you're going to put damage here, and then here you would put crit damage. So you're only going to have 1 crit damage perk. You're going to have 1 crit rating perk, because 2 will give you 50%, but it's diminishing returns. And you'll have a damage perk. So I think it is best to put all damage on this. If you're going to use a hero like Raider Raptor, is he called? Something like that. The one that increases shotgun critical damage, then definitely go for a crit build, absolutely 100%. If you're going to use this against really high level smashers, really high level husks, you know, husky husks, mist monsters in general, go for a crit build. And what a crit build involves is crit rating here, crit damage here, sorry, and then a damage here. And then on this one, I put reload speed. I actually, well, there's no mag size, never mind. I'll probably change it to impact actually, because it reloads pretty fast already. So yeah, I'll change that to impact. But yeah, that's the build I've gone for. Like I said, I'm not going to be using this as a serious, you know, OP weapon or anything. I don't think it is that OP in any means. It's good because it pierces enemies, and each enemy will get its own separate crit. So if you go for a crit build, it's probably better in that sense. You know, it'll be good for trap tunnels. But I think if you're going for crowds of enemies, I think the pistol will be better for that. The sci-fi pistol, this one here, Plasmatron. I think that would be better, to be honest. It does way less damage actually, but you know, whatever. That's because that's a crit build. But yeah, we'll go into a mission and test this bad boy out. So yeah, I'm just in a power level 94 mission, and I'm using the 106. But I'm not using like a shotgun build or a soldier build, anything that really buffs, you know, ranged weapons. I'm just using Steel Wool Sid, because my daily is to play missions as constructors, or get eliminations as constructors, so I'm just going to do that. Now that is kind of just to show how it is a really good shotgun, but then when you get to the higher level missions, it's not as good. Like, I can definitely one-shot all these, I reckon. Yeah, easy. This one didn't actually get hit then, that wasn't just a bad shot. Like, ooh, that Husky Husk took a lot of damage from that. Oh, another thing to notice, which I didn't say before, is that it uses 4 energy ammo per shot. Which is a crazy amount, really. I mean, it's really easy to craft this ammo now. Like, I can get 100 from 1 blast powder, 5 nuts and bolts, and 3 batteries. I don't really use those stuff, and you get 100 from it. So you know, that's fine. And then if you look at the weapon itself, at the stats, you'll see that the range is 1. So it basically, this ring goes about two tiles, and then it just doesn't do any damage after that, because obviously the ring just disappears. Now, as you can see, it is one-shotting all, like, all of the normal husks, which is the reason that I'd want to use it as like a roaming weapon, because when you're roaming, you're just mainly coming across the small ones. It took out the blasters in 3 hits, that's decent. Husky husks in 2. You know, if you can try to line them up, that's probably best, but it is quite difficult to line stuff up all the time, you know. It's not the easiest thing. Where's this guy? Whatever. That was horrible. Please don't judge this weapon on how bad I'm aiming or anything. Ooh, here we go. Those enemies might be lined up enough to take advantage of that. There we go. And then the critical hits get the pulsars that come out, which, you know, I haven't gone for a crit build, so it's not going to happen all the time, but it's going to happen 1/10 of the time. It doesn't do a massive amount of damage anyway. See, that's where it shines. Like, there's absolute crowds of enemies, and I've just obliterated them. You know, it's not the best weapon in the game. I'm not going to make like a thumbnail clickbait that says, like, you know, OP shotgun, anything like that, because it's really not. Like, a lot of the sci-fi weapons have been really powerful, like the Gammatron. The Plasmatron is still really powerful because the cooldown thing doesn't work properly. But yeah, this one's just average. Oh. Again, if you go for a crit build, it's going to be better for higher level missions. But I wanted to go for damage because I'm going to be using it, like I said, as I'm roaming around the map. That sort of thing. So it's mainly just to clean up enemies. It's a weapon that you can have fun with, really, for me. In my opinion. Like, it's not... See how the exploding things came out then, the projectiles? Like, it's not even a crit build, and it still happens 1/10 of the time. If you go for a crit build, you know, you're limited to only once every 3 seconds, so bear that in mind. But again, I'm not saying that damage build is better than the crit build, because I don't think it will be. I think the crit build will be better. But I didn't want to go for it, so sue me. Now the thing about this weapon is you can really make a strong build with it. If you use the, like, you've got a soldier that increases shotgun damage, you've got one that crit damage, then you've got loads of ranged weapon buffs. If you get a build like that, a soldier build, this could be a really powerful shotgun, but then you'd have to run all shotguns pretty much, if you're going into a high level mission anyway, because if you're not buffing assault rifle damage or assault crit damage, your assault rifles are just going to do lackluster damage. So, you know, that's why I don't want to make a build around a shotgun, because then you're forced to just use shotguns for that mission, whereas if I do an assault rifle build, you know, there's a lot more assault rifles out there than shotguns, and the assault rifles are generally more powerful, that you can use them at longer ranges.
Nice work.
But if you're one of those people that has a shotgun build, you're definitely going to want to get this and, you know, max perk it and make it crit. But you can see from the gameplay how well it performs with the damage build. I have seen people use it as a crit build, so I can explain how it's different. So basically, when I'm hitting these regular husks, they probably would not die if it was a crit build and you didn't crit. So the crit percentage would be about 36%, something like that. And so, you know, 2/3 of the time, you're not even going to kill the small husks. So that's why I don't think it's a good crit build, because you can only get 1 crit rating and 1 crit damage. Well, you can get 2 crit ratings, but that's a bit pointless, really. Also, another cool thing is that if you just hold down the trigger, it's actually like an automatic shotgun, which is pretty neat. Like, it's not really that useful a feature. It's just something to point out. So yeah, I might include a little bit of gameplay from the mission. I'm not sure yet, because obviously it's not the best weapon in the game, so I might have to just use my lead sled for the actual mission. What does this guy want? Oh, that guy just died. What? So I think I'll probably just end the video here, to be honest. Like, I don't think there's any need for any more gameplay. just because honestly I don't think it's the best shotgun in the game, and I don't think it's the best gun in the game, but it is a bunch of fun. So, you know, if you've got a lot of gold, which I'm sure many of you will have because you get loads from running war games and endurance, all that stuff, so, you know, definitely pick it up from the store. If you have enough perk it up. If not, it don't matter, you don't need to. If you can make it blue perks, that's good enough, you know, for a roaming weapon, a weapon that you'd use in lower missions when you want to have fun, that sort of thing. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed and found the video useful to see, you know, how good this weapon is. And if you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.